The new year is upon us, and this year in 2025, I am reclaiming myself. Let's talk about that. Well, welcome. My name is Katie. I am a mom of 8-ish, plus some occasionally, and I share all things about homeschooling and large family life and adventuring and traveling together. And so if this is your first time stopping by, I would love to have you subscribe and stick around. Let's talk about New Year's and goals and intentions and all of the things. 2024 has come to a close. It was a hard year for me, and it surprised me that it was a hard year for me because if I'm totally honest, my family is thriving. My family had a great year. My husband's business set all kinds of new records. He actually completed his first full-length marathon since having COVID in 2022. He did a lot of traveling, a lot of running. My oldest son, my 13-year-old son, actually ran his first full-length marathon. That was incredible. He was awesome. Lots of my kids did trail races. They all ran cross country. They all picked up some really cool new hobbies. My oldest daughter finished her CNA license and got not one, but 2 jobs. Super proud of her for that. My bonus kid finished her GED, which is a huge, generational cycle breaking deal for her. Super proud of all her effort. And I realized in hindsight that I'm so excited for all of these things that my family did, and they are just absolutely thriving. And I enabled all of those goals for my family, which are good things, right? They're all great things, but I enabled them at the cost of myself. In fact, the only time I really kind of slowed down and had to just be with myself this year was that I had 2 miscarriages in 2024. It was devastating in and of itself, but it made me kind of stop and realize I spent my entire year enabling my family, which again is not a bad thing. Those were good things. I enjoyed watching them meet those goals and accomplish those new things, and it was really awesome. I just realized at the end of the year that I had poured out everything that I had in pursuit of their goals and their accomplishments. And I was left feeling kind of drained and lost and not like myself at all. And so heading into 2025, I have some goals to reclaim myself, to find myself again, to get my energy and my passions back, and to feel like myself and be a better version of myself again. Because as much as I am so proud of my family and all the things that they did this year, they also deserve the best version of me. So if you're in that same boat, if you had a rough year, or if you found that all of the good things that happened in 2024 came at the cost of yourself, I would love for you to be part of our community. I would love to get to know you a little bit better. Leave me a comment and let me know some of the incredible things that you enabled this year, and maybe what would fill your cup in the coming year. Let me share some of the things that I have on my list. First and foremost for me is taking care of my spiritual health. I really want to put into practice some more spiritual rhythms in my life. These are things that I have always done to some degree and have done this year to some degree. I just want to be a little more intentional about feeding the spiritual side of me. And for me, the first step in that, I will have many goals all through the year, but the first step for me has been, hi, my name is Katie, and I am a technology addict. I'm the worst about waking up in the morning and scrolling on my phone, and so I have been working really hard to replace that with listening to my daily devotional. I've been putting my headphones right by my bed so that I can roll over, put my headphones on without turning my phone off of Do Not Disturb or anything, and just turn on the devotional, so that's the first thing I do in the morning. So that is my first step. And there are other things that I want to pick up along the way, but that has been my starting point. Let's make this really accessible and a habit that I can actually stick with. When I presented this idea to my husband of I need to reclaim myself, he wholeheartedly agreed with me, for the record. This is not me fighting for myself. This is me acknowledging that I need to spend more time on myself, and my husband wholeheartedly agreed and encouraged me to do so. He suggested that I need to get out of the house with other adults more often, that I would benefit from being around other adults and having adult conversation. I spend all day, every day with 9 little people, 10 actually now, if you include my grandson. I love them, and I am so thankful that I get to be the one at home and the primary influence in their lives. But as an extrovert, I need to talk to other adults to be mentally healthy. And so I do hope to get out more often with other adults. I'm working on identifying some times throughout my week that is going to be realistic. So that is something on my list. Next up is my physical health. I'll be honest, being pregnant and then not pregnant twice in the same year has taken a toll on my physical health. My habits had to change. If that meant, like, while I was pregnant both times, my eating habits had to change. My physical energy limitations were different. And so ping-ponging back and forth between all of those things has just really left me struggling to find myself physically. So the first 2 things that I want to put into motion, I had been in a really great pattern of intermittent fasting with an 8-hour eating window and a 16-hour fasting window. That was going really well for me. I felt good. My energy was steady. So I would like to get back into that. I couldn't keep it up while I was pregnant. So I would love to get back into that here relatively quickly, as well as increasing my activity. For a long time, I was going for really long walks in the evenings. I was just moving around a lot more, and some of our schedule changes in the last few months and my energy levels and all of that just became a lot harder. So I would really love to add that back in. Further down the road in the year, I would love to get back into using Noom, which I did a couple years ago and really successfully lost 25 plus pounds, was feeling really good about that. It did work. And then I got COVID and life happened. Now, I don't feel like today I am in the right state of mind to get back to calorie counting right now, but I would eventually like to get back to that because I know it works. That is a down the road goal. I'm taking this in steps. A year ago, I did a video on how to crush your New Year's goals, and I talked about like lowering the bar. Don't go for the big lofty goals, break it down. So that is a big lofty goal. I'm not doing that today. Just for those of you wondering, I have been working with my obstetric nurse practitioner, who is a good friend of mine and a fellow lover of Jesus, and just has been so wonderful and so compassionate to walk me through this year and my miscarriages, and has helped me come up with a care plan to work on some of my other physical, hormonal, infertility issues going forward. That is on my plate. I'm not like going into detail about that here, but that is also something that I am very directly addressing for 2025. And then the final area that I really want to reclaim myself for 2025 is my sort of mental and emotional well-being. And what I mean by that is that I am a fairly creative person, and I love to learn. And I've been in survival mode just enough that a lot of those things have sort of fallen off the bandwagon. So I am trying to invest in some of those things that really give me life and that I enjoy, that have fallen to the wayside in the midst of helping everybody else accomplish their dreams and goals. Some of those things include hobbies, reading. I love to read, and I have not done enough of it. So to help with that, first of all, my husband bought me a whole bunch of Kindle books for Christmas, so super thankful for that. I also subscribe to a premium membership of Blinkist. Not sponsored. They don't have any idea who I am. I, in fact, used a different influencer's promo code link to get my subscription. But I'll leave the information down below if you're interested. I could never possibly read everything that I want to read, and audiobooks are fantastic, and so many people in my household love them. The reality is that I'm never uninterrupted. My life is never uninterrupted. There are always little people trying to ask me questions or tell me a story or get my attention about something. And so trying to listen to long audiobooks has just proven to be unrealistic for me. I get interrupted constantly, and I'm starting and stopping and starting and stopping. So I'm going to try out Blinkist and learn some things along the way, because that's really the thing, is I just love to learn new things and collect new ideas, and I enjoy that. And so this is a way to do that within the confines, realistically, of my life right now. I also want to make space for other hobbies. If you have been around for the last year, I know a lot of you are new, and I'm so glad that you're here. Last year, one of my goals was to learn to crochet, specifically to learn to crochet little stuffy figures. I'm not going to try to pronounce the Japanese word for that because I will butcher it. I set a really measurable, attainable, realistic goal for myself to learn to crochet, and I actually succeeded at that. So, and then was able to get better. Here's my foray into Disney princesses. This was fun, and I enjoy this, and my kids think it's really super cool too. So I have a few more kits that I am going to use. I have a Harry Potter one. I have the Avengers. I will link all of those down below for you. And my friend gave me a Jane Austen and Mr. Darcy pattern for Christmas. So that is something that I hope to continue because this just brings me joy. Of course, dance is a constant for me. I will continue to dance. That is one of my very favorite things to do. I would also like to get back to some healthier screen time habits in sort of my physical and mental fog from my last miscarriage. I definitely got in the habit of doom scrolling on my phone. However, one thing that I do want to get back to is you guys, all of my community on YouTube. I'm so thankful for you. I'm so glad that you are here. YouTube was one of the things that sort of fell by the wayside when I got busy and my schedule filled up with all of the things that other people needed from me. YouTube became one of those things that got dropped, and there are definitely seasons where that is fine and that needs to happen, but I do really enjoy sharing with you guys. I enjoy getting to know you. I enjoy encouraging you. I enjoy being present here, and so that is something that I really hope to bring back. Please be patient with me. It will take me some time to get back into a consistent rhythm, but I really do want to prioritize this in the coming year. So if, like me, you want to reclaim yourself in 2025, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. I am hoping to share more about these goals and habits and rhythms in my own life, and I would love to hear about what you are doing to reclaim yourself in your life. So please consider subscribing. I will leave anything that I've mentioned, any resources that I am currently using or that I have talked about here in the description box down below. Be sure to check those out. Let me know what other questions you have, and please share with me your rhythms that you are adding to reclaim yourself in 2025. I'm so glad that you've spent this time with me today. You are worth your own hard work. We love you, and I will see you very soon.